Hey, B. Listen, I came to chat with you guys real quick. I don't plan for this video to be long. At least I hope not. I hope it's no more than 30 minutes. But I just wanted to come and talk to y'all just a little bit regarding Tory Lanez, Megan the Stallion, the case that never ends. All right. Child, I would have thought this case would have wrapped up at the end of what was that, 2022? Or was it 23? And child, I think it was 2200. And we still talking about it. Whichever one it is, child, we still talking about it. It happened back in 2020, child. We still going in. Okay. So um there's been a lot of conversation happening, y'all. It's been so much. I'm trying to get all my thoughts out. Okay. So I might be all over the place, but follow me, child. So Tory's team has been working on trying to get him out. Okay, they've been partnering with some congresswoman. They're saying that there's new evidence, but it doesn't really seem like there's actually new evidence. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to figure something out with that. I believe she was trying to get him pardoned or something like that with Governor Newsom. I don't know if Trump can have anything to do with him with Tory getting pardoned. I'm not sure, but I think they were trying to get the governor to like pardon him. I don't really see that happening because at some point, if that governor runs for re-election, I don't think he's going to want to affect his votes by letting out Tory because I feel like it's more people against him than they're for him. And a lot of people want him to remain behind bars because they believe that he did exactly what it is Megan said he did, which he was found guilty of. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see him getting out, but I honestly don't know. I don't know. I feel like if Trump had something to do with it, he would definitely, in my opinion, be getting out because of this Republican lady he got working with him and the fact that Trump is at this place where he's signing off for pardons or whatever, so much so that the Chris Lees is about to be getting released at some point this week, probably today. They finna walk up out the prison. Hello? So wouldn't be surprised, but it's been so much misinformation that Megan's team last week came out with like a deck, and in that deck they broke down facts versus misinformation. And when I tell you I love that document, I say, listen, I think all cases, once they end, especially when they high profile, all cases, once they end, they need to provide a deck similar to that to the general public. Period. So when y'all are done with Diddy's case and you wrap him the fuck up, y'all need to go ahead and y'all need to provide the people with a deck and let us know what were the key things that led to the verdict that he ends up getting. Okay. That's what I would like to see. And let's keep it going. When it comes to Karen Reed, I want y'all to do the same thing, even though we already know what it really is. Okay. Hello. But yeah. So Megan's team came out. They gave a whole breakdown on that. They also did an interview with the Shade Room, and we'll tap into that just a little bit. But the reason I hopped on here this morning, y'all, was because I saw this video on my timeline. And I'm not gonna really show it to y'all because YouTube be real finicky about certain stuff. I feel like some channels can get away with showing things. Um, and I'm not trying to really get no strike, but if y'all go over there to the Shade Room, some of y'all may have already seen it, but for the people that's just waking up this morning, haven't seen it, hop over there to the Shade Room over there on Twitter. And y'all know recently it was announced that Tory ended up being attacked by somebody in prison. And when he was attacked by that person, it resulted in him going to the hospital. I think they said his lungs collapsed and he had all of this stuff going on or whatever the case was, right? And for me, I started to feel like it was a scheme that they may have set up to come to us with the BS. Okay. Just a little bit. That's just what I was thinking. But this video has been released, and some of his supporters are like really upset that the Shade Room would allow this type of stuff to be put out there because they're like, oh, his kid may say, I don't know how many kids he has. I thought he just had one, but I'm gonna say kids with an S, they may see this. So it's wrong for y'all to put it out. But for the Shade Room to tell y'all that they have exclusive footage, it makes me think a few things. One, did y'all get this information directly from the prison itself? Or did Tory's team pass this over to y'all? I'm willing to believe that his team gave it to y'all because he's at this place where he is trying to get out by any means. Okay. Now, I don't know what happened with the appeal, whether he can appeal. I don't know if that was shut down or whatever, because I kind of stopped following it for a little bit. But yeah, they're saying they got new evidence, not really seeing nothing that's new. They're not asking, and if it's new evidence, in my opinion, I feel like they would ask for him to be exonerated, but they're asking for him to be pardoned versus exonerated, right? Exonerated is like, this person never committed the crime, none of that, whatever, whatever, right? They need to be getting out. We have substantial evidence that we can show you, whatever, whatever. But that's not what they asked for. They asked for like a pardon or whatnot. He's still saying that he didn't do it, and I'm not gonna hold y'all, okay? I believe he did. I'm sorry. I do. I think he did. I think he did. I do. I think he did. I think he did what she said he did. Okay. And I don't feel like nobody else is showing me anything for me to think something differently. Okay. But yeah, so with him trying to get out, you got this congresswoman, sharing her thoughts and stuff. You got this attack that happened in prison. To me, I do feel like this is all a part of a scheme for him to get out. And I know it may sound weird because some people may be like, who gonna sign themselves up to get butchered up like that, stab, 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 da, da. And I'm like, well, to me, I feel like when people are desperate, they do desperate things, right? It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just he'll a piece of desperate. Okay. So y'all just gotta see this. The way that man was over there jugging in his chest though was crazy. And then dragging him back is crazy. But we're going to listen to the audio of the suspect. The person, I don't know if you guys heard it. I haven't heard it. I'm going to listen to it with you guys, where the guy that jugged him, he explains how they got to this point. Okay? Now, it's been real. This is the guy here, okay? Santino Casio. I think that's how you say the name. But y'all, let me scroll right on past that real quick, okay? Because y'all already know how YouTube can get. Let me scroll past it real quick. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw him drenching in that? Uh-oh. Y'all saw him drenching in that? Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like to me that he got up and walked away. I'm like, dang, not you dripping with blood all over your body and you just able to get up and walk away. But I will say this, adrenaline is a motherfucker. Okay, adrenaline will have you thinking that you're on another level with it, and you may not recognize right out the gate how much of pain that you are actually in. So I would think that he was able. I mean, it was given. I gotta survive. All right, I gotta get the hell up out of here. Okay, but I don't know. Y'all, let me know your thoughts about how you feeling about it. I am still on suspicious. Okay, that's the mindset I have. It's still giving, suspicious. You don't think that's suspicious? It's something about it. All right, because I want us to listen to what this guy had to say. All right, so let's hop over here. This is TMZ. They're saying Tory Lanez, suspected stabber, thought Tory Lanez was trying to unalive him. All right, they're saying the man prison officials say boop, boop, boop. Tory Lanez multiple times says he thought the rapper was coming to take his life, claiming Tory put a price on his head and he simply acted in self-defense. We had a prison phone call with Santino Casio, who was already serving a life sentence when the Tory attack went down. And while he's not denying the doop, 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 he says it's not as simple as some might think. Let us check this out. Let's hear what this man has to say.
What exactly took place between you and Tory Lanez that day that you stabbed him allegedly?
Okay. That day?
All right, y'all. I'm going to try to be real quiet. I'm trying to cut my levels up as high as I can because his audio does sound a bit low, okay? So.
Too much took place that day. Everything led up to that day, but that day I just came out in the morning to tell him, good morning. And I told him what's up, give him a little fist bump, ask him if everything is good. We had a little situation the night before and the day before.
So what was the situation the night before and the day before?
So I heard some rumors that he was trying to put money on my head. He felt uncomfortable living next to him, said I was a threat. So I confronted him. And then I found out the same thing. Because he tried to put money on my head, so he said I put money on his head. We had a little discussion or whatever. So the next morning, that night, he said some shit. Some kind of crazy. So the next morning, I came out to see if everything was good. Fixed phone, talked to him. He said, yeah. So I was going back into my cell. And when I looked back, instead of going to cell, he was walking towards my door. He stood in front of my cell, looked at his boys.
Okay, so wait, there's a scheme or something going on here for me. All right. And we got some more time to get into it. All right. Um, so I'm thinking if he can't, so the guy is saying that he heard that Tory had put some on his head. And then Tory like, nah, I heard that you put some on my head. Something not right. I think somebody lying. Okay, this is where I feel initially the scheme, okay, is being set up to come to us.
And when he showed me what he had and something in his pocket, I just rushed him.
So basically, it's given to me. You went upstairs to sneak talk to man just a little bit, okay? So this is exactly how I feel it be happening over there in prison, all right? You sat up there, you got to know people, you know this mother gonna be in here for life or whatever like that. He the type, he ain't got nothing to lose, whatever the case is. You put a bug over here in this person's ear, you tell this person, whoop de whoop de whoop, da 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 da. That person, I bet they getting the word around, all right? You come to Tory, confront him about it. Well, I ain't got nothing on your head. I heard you got some on my head. Like, what you talking about? Like, you gonna put some on my head, I'm gonna put it on yours too. Like, I guess we just putting it on each other's head then, okay? And the dude like, all right, dog, whatever. I ain't got nothing on you. I'm cool on you. Go upstairs. Tory still want that work, okay? So you take your ass upstairs and then you want to show this man what's in your pocket. Okay, don't show me if you ain't gonna use it. All right, because according to the video, it ain't even good that you tried to fight back. It gave to me in the video that Tory was trying to like get a mouth of him or whatever. Don't puncture me too hard type thing. But I ain't really see like much of a fight back for real. And you know, I mean, maybe it's different, you know, because once you got this sharp, boop, you know, maybe you can't really fight. Like, girl, you wounded at that point. Who can really fight? Who knows, right? But it's giving scheme, right? I'm gonna start a rumor on the prison yard to go around. Woo, woo, woo. Tell that person woo, 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 woo. Okay, you didn't give me the reaction I wanted downstairs, so I'm gonna follow you up here to your room. Like, yo, what's up? Okay. So at this point, you're doing little things to get a reaction. Like, that's what it seems like to me.
What do you have in his pocket?
I just rushed him. When he showed me, it looked to me like I believed it could be a weapon at the time. So I rushed him, and I just snatched him. I just took advantage of him. He was weak. I just threw him all over, and I just kept slamming him and stabbing him. And
were you trying to kill him?
No, not at all. But I saw like it was a weapon. I thought threatening. And when I felt like a sting in my leg, I felt like, oh, he stabbed me. So I moved back and I kept stabbing more. And I seen that he threw something. So I was like, oh, this is that.
Because listen, y'all, for a man that's trying to get out of jail, right? And I'm finna go to Tory for a sec. For a man to be getting out of jail, why would you then go up the stairs and egg a person on in an effort to get a reaction out of them, knowing that that could potentially put you in a position to stay in jail for that particular crime, when you're trying to get off of the situation dealing with Megan? That's not making sense, guys. Not to me. Right? It's giving a scheme. It's giving Casio or Casio, however you say it. But this man was the one that really got gooped. To me, he was a play in this entire thing. If I'm trying to get off, I need as clean of a record as possible. Okay? I ain't got no beef with you, sir. So you ain't trying to put one on my, so we good. We buddies. All right, then we cool then, fam. I got your back. You got my back. All right, then, babe. Okay. That's what for me. I'm not finna run upstairs and try. If I'm telling you we good, or you just said we good, go. I'm not finna follow you to your room and then show you what I got. No.
I just kept going. After he was yelling, help, screaming, please help me. I just picked him up.
Now I'm gonna pause it right here because we got some nice people in the chat. Okay, so please make sure that you're liking the video because you know we got quite a few of y'all in here, but girl, we ain't even scratched the surface of 100 likes, and that's crazy. Okay, but let's keep going.
So he put his hit on and look at me, and then I just let him go. Like
he said, look at him.
Look at me.
Oh, and I'm like, look at me, mother.
And then I just let him go. Like I was saying, like, man, you trying to kill me?
What were you guys like? I know why, but why would he pick you out of all people to want to put money on your head? Right. What was the beef exactly about?
It was really no beef. He just talked a lot, and I had confronted him a while back about always saying certain.
It was really no beef. He just talked a lot.
He just talked a lot, and I had confronted him a while back about always saying certain around me, like I'll take a fade, I'll knife up, I'll put a in his place. And to me, I feel like the second, third time hearing that in a conversation, I was like, man, what you trying to say? So I approached him and told him, like, what's up? Like, just go, I'll come into your cell, we'll do whatever, like, let's play this game then. Because I felt like he was kind of antagonizing me, like,
antagonizing
like,
you, he was.
Or something. We were cool in the beginning. We were cool for like a year. We chilled, kicked it together, everything. They did.
Oh, they're not on that type of prison yard, Rochelle.
Okay.
No. They got like little fractions, but she was more like he was different. He started kicking it with certain people, you know. And when he started being mad, that time when we had our little misunderstandings and we stopped talking as much. But we were neighbors for a while. I've been knowing him for about 2 years already.
Okay. And during the situation when you and him grew a friendship?
Yeah, we were cool. We chill. We ate.
No, baby. No. You thought you were developing a friendship. What Tory was doing was collecting information on you. I feel like he wanted to know, you know, what's your background? How long you in here? What you got going on? I think he made his way around, got to know different people, and made a decision on who he was going to try. And he definitely tried this, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how anybody feels, okay? You feel your way, and I'm definitely going to feel mine. I feel like this was a plan and a scheme the whole time, okay? The goal is for him to get out. If I can't get out this way, I got to make it appear as though this is a dangerous situation for me to be in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something to garner sympathy. Now, did he know he was going to get jug? I don't know if he knew it was going to give that. But I think he definitely knew it was going to give something enough for him to be able to use it in some capacity. Okay? At least that's what it is that I think. All right. And you literally are hearing this man say that he just kept saying stuff, kept antagonizing. That is like, that's a person that wants you to do something. Duh. That's why they want to get a reaction out of you. The question is, how are you trying to use this reaction? Right. And here we are. And the time and everything is just real interesting because it's just been so much that's been happening in the past few weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's just been a lot going on, and it's crazy. It was I can't think of who it was, but basically it just feels like we're about to get some every week at this point. That's what it feels like. Every week is about to be something new that's going to be dropping. I don't know, but it's giving Scheme a little piece.
We drank, we partied, kicked it, yeah. It was good.
How much did the guy tell you that he paid to have you killed to get off the yard?
Oh, he said double whatever I was offering, but I never made that offer. That's what I never understand. He said that someone told him I offered people money to get rid of him. So he said he would give that person double and some dope and stuff. But truth be told, I never offered no money. Like, why would I offer somebody something I could do? It didn't make sense. But
I know that's right.
Make threats.
Why would I offer somebody something for what I could do? I could clap you right here. I don't need nobody else to do that. I got it. Try. And I think Tory knew that. I do, y'all. I think Tory knew that. And I feel like he was being very strategic with the friendships he's developed. As most people are, as you kind of should be for protection and stuff like that in the jailhouse. But at the same time, I feel like he had been cooking up this plan and how he was gonna do what he needed to do.
And I'll have you killed, and I'll have a run up to you, sir. All that comments. I felt like, all right, you're threatening my life. Like, things you're looking out to do will confront you. And that's what happened the next morning. I asked him, are we cool? He said, yeah, it's cool. And when I went to my cell, he followed me. And like I told you earlier.
Do you have any regrets of stabbing him?
Regrets? Oh, shit.
Because you stabbed him 14 times.
Ooh. Baby.
Yeah. I know that. I wish I could do certain things over, but at the end of the day, I felt like he threatened my life. So, I can't. So it actually felt necessary to me at the time, like the whole, in the moment, him coming to my cells, showing, grabbing me, talking like, I felt like, it's it. So I can't say I regret taking a stand for myself. No, not at all. I feel remorseful in a sense because it really didn't have to go that far, but he made his decisions and I made mine.
Did he end up having a weapon on him?
Who told you he got stabbed?
Obviously, I got a stab mark in my leg, and we're both going to the hole. They didn't find no weapons either. I don't understand that part.
Child, not they ain't find the weapons. What's going on down there? What's going on? They didn't find it. So where your weapon was at? They didn't find that either? You don't think that's suspicious? They didn't even find what he stabbed you with? You don't find that suspicious? Where's the stuff at?
But okay, so no weapons were found from him, only from you.
No weapon was the weapon I was using wasn't found either. There was no weapons found.
Where'd it go?
That's what in the video it shows me putting it on the floor. That's what they were asking me. I don't know.
This is the other part for me, y'all. When Tory was getting jugged up them 14, almost 15 times, not an officer in sight. Hello? I did not see an officer in sight here. Okay? I did not see an officer in sight. Okay? Now he running away without the shirt on. He running down. But you was okay walking up to that man, stay out all bothering that man. I told you not to come up here with these people. You done went up there bothering folks. Then came and got what you was looking for. And then hurried up and ran down them stairs. Okay, sir? So listen. Where did the items go? If you ask me, I feel like one, when no officers in sight, because nobody stopped it because they about knew what was going to go down. And then number two, I feel like one of them was responsible for taking it and putting it up somewhere. That's just what I think. Like, I don't know.
Around, it was just me and him on the tier. There wasn't in no day room. Nobody was standing next to us. It was just me and him.
One dude saw it and kept going.
I let him go. I picked him up. I told him, look at me. He looked at me, and then I just slammed him on the floor and kind of kicked the back of his butt with my foot, pushed him, let him run away.
Not kicked the back of his butt.
And did he run away, or did he crawl away, or how did he get away?
He ran, screaming. He knows. He knows.
Child, that's insane.
Well, we broke the story.
Ain't that something? That's terrible. And let me get into what some of these fans are saying. Okay, because everybody's not happy about it, all right? So somebody says, y'all had nothing to say about the Shade Room when they was posting all of his lies and his comments and everything he did against her. But now y'all mad because they want to show him getting jugged the fuck out. All right. They're saying, F that little NIGGA and all his lame fans. Child. Ooh, somebody said free Tory. Someone says dance, BIT. All right. Someone else is saying here, they in the comments talking about a hit when his ass was more than likely involved in some prison politics and got jugged up because of it. They pulling everything to get this man out of prison except procuring the overwhelming evidence that proves his so-called innocence. Somebody says, yeah, that was a hit. He ain't even do SHI. Free Tory, man. This SHI is sick. All right. Someone says this is so sick and triggering. I hate how the media is trying to humiliate Tory and tarnish his image. Prayers for Tory. I've been stabbed before. And let me just say, it's a different type of fight when you're literally fighting for your life. Just glad Tory is still with us. All right. So that is what the people, some of the folks over there saying. Somebody said, F the shade room. Okay, somebody said, this whole situation makes my blood boil, and Meg won't even face consequences, probably. She deserves to rot in jail forever. F that. Okay, that's what the people saying. All right, somebody said his screams are music to my ears. Wow, the fans is upset. They is mad as hell. They said, shade room, one of the worst things you ever come from the black community in the 21st century, I swear. Oh, shade room. I guess they meant to say is one of the worst things to ever come from the black community in the 21st century. Oh, wow. But see, this is the thing to me though. Like, we don't know if his team gave them this for them to release. Right? And we don't know that they did or didn't. But I mean, that's a possibility that they could have given it to them for them to be like exclusive. I'm like, oh, did y'all get this from Tory and the team or something like that? Okay, somebody says karma comes back around for everyone, and he got what he deserved. I'm just telling y'all what the people are saying. All right, somebody said this NIGGA really passed a 4-year plea deal because he thought the public was going to get him off. Clout is dangerous. Okay. Ooh, snap, honey. That's what's going on with Tory, y'all. They done released it. I feel like this might potentially be a shift in conversation, but not really. You know, instead of it being, you know, the supporters of Megan and people having sympathy for what she went through, now it's more so about, well, let's talk about Tory and what Tory just recently suffered and what Tory just went through. That's what it's seeming like. But anywho, what I want to get into is what Megan's attorneys had to talk about over here. So let us do just that, all right? I sped it up just a little bit, okay?
Far.
Why are we still hearing the same conspiracy theories?
TSR, one of the first to break the news.
Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never even touched that gun.
A bodyguard coming forward, claiming that he heard Kelsey Harris admit to shooting Meg Thee Stallion 3 times. But not so fast, says Meg's legal team, who are now sitting down only with the Shade Room.
It really is time.
And why they say Tory and his team are spreading lies now.
The narrative is constantly changing.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Daystar Peterson, who we all know as rapper Tory Lanez, he is fighting to get out of prison, literally. It was back on May 12th when the Shade Room told you that he was stabbed 14 times by another inmate in his back, his head, his torso, his face. We're told that he's recovering after suffering a collapsed lung, but days after the attack, his legal team came forward with shocking claims that there's new evidence out there that will prove that he should not be in jail at all. So we brought all of this to Meg Thee Stallion's legal team, who for the first time, they're sitting down with the Shade Room and they are saying, time out.
In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never even touched that gun. Never fired the gun.
This is how we got here. A press conference, May 14th, organized by Unite the People. They were hired by Tory Lanez to represent him as he appeals the felony assault and weapons charges that he was convicted for back in 2023. At the focus, Bradley James, a former bodyguard for Kelsey Harris, who we all know is Meg Thee Stallion's former friend. When the Shade Room posted about this, it had the roommates fired up.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun. She fired it 3 times. Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting 2 men break up the fight. 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
So we reached out to the team who was there for it all.
It really is time.
Marie Hyrapetian and Janet Shamillian, who worked alongside lead attorney Alex Spiro, representing Meg Thee Stallion during trial.
And despite court orders, restraining orders, Tory continues to orchestrate systematic harassment campaigns through surrogates and social media personalities. Every few months, we hear new fabricated narratives emerge that force Megan to repeatedly relive her trauma and defend her credibility. And she should not have to do so as a victim of violent abuse.
So they spelled it out for us in this 31-page report released on Thursday. Tory's team claiming that there's new ring camera footage of the incident.
We're hearing news of ring footage. Ring footage was already a trial exhibit. There was an audio of 5 consecutive gunshots that was presented and admitted, and the jury considered in rendering the verdict. There's no other ring footage. And if in theory there was something that would exonerate Mr. Peterson, it would be disseminated publicly and widely, and it's not.
The report was detailed, full of images and exhibits from trial, including that call that Tory made to Kelsey Harris on July 12, 2020, hours after the shooting.
I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh, I was just so drunk, I didn't even know what the was going on, bro. I didn't even know what the was going on, bro, like that. I never do something like that, bro. It's just that I was just so drunk. I just didn't even understand what was going on, bro. Like, so whatever. Yeah. But you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro.
Text messages from Lane.
And see, I have to pause right here because it is the text messages for me, but it's more so Kelsey's, because after everything went down, she immediately texted somebody for help and said, "Help! Tory just shot Meg and handled me." Okay? I remember, people saying, well, Megan was drunk. She probably don't even remember who shot her, blah, blah, blah. But if he's saying that he was drunk, how does he remember that he didn't pop her? Right? The child, that's crazy. And the people still waiting on some additional evidence that they said they got. It's a week now, a week later.
Lanez to Meg Thee Stallion shortly after the incident. Quote, "I know you probably never gonna talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. And I was just too drunk. Nonetheless, expletives should never have happened and I can't change what I did. I just feel horrible." End quote.
We're here to help the public understand that there is no new evidence. There never was.
Including testimony and court documents we've all seen and heard before. Kelsey Harris telling a prosecutor and an investigator in an interview, quote, "I'm short, I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from chest up. That's all I can see. But the way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down. She goes on to say that Tory pointed it in Meg's direction. Quote, "At that point, we kind of were in shock, end quote. But Tory's team firmed that that is not true.
This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
But here's what Sean Kelly said in court, word for word. The prosecutor said, quote, "All right, so the short guy had his arms outstretched. He fired 4 or 5 shots. Afterwards, the girl fell into the road and started bleeding." Sean Kelly says, Yeah. She was crawling and stumbling across the road. The prosecutor then says, "All right, now you testified earlier this morning that when the short guy was shooting at the victim, you saw an object in his hand. Is that correct?" Sean Kelly says, "Yeah, it was obviously something in his hand with the noise and the flashes." The prosecutor then says, "And when that object was in his hands, were his arms outstretched?" Sean Kelly says, "Yes."
The public keeps saying, where are the x-rays? She stepped on glass. And respectfully, why would we be worried about a gun if she had stepped on glass? But to take it a step further, we released the Cedars-Sinai records in our presentation. This is not the first time those records have been available to the public. It clearly states in numerous places, just on that one page, that bullet fragments were removed from both of Miss Pete's feet. You have to ask yourself, why are we still hearing the same conspiracy theories run over and over again?
Miss Pete's sentiment is that she wants this chapter closed. The jury has reached a verdict. Mr. Peterson has been sentenced. He's serving 10 years for 3 felonies committed against Miss P. She wants to move on. She has a successful, thriving career, and this should not be continued to brought up because this matter is closed.
Adding a
And
political.
let me add this too. I just feel like a lot of people are mad at Megan because they feel like, oh, Megan lied, Megan this, that, and the other, whatever, child. Okay. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I feel like the person y'all really got to be mad at is Tory. Okay. Tory is the one that has shown himself to be extremely arrogant. Tory shot his own self in the foot by sitting up there saying that Kelsey did not Megan, but then wanted to turn around now that he's locked up and try to put it on her and say that she's the one to do it when you spent so much time saying that it wasn't her. Tory is also the one that could have just simply took a plea, right, and just moved on about his business, because Tory was going to get something either way it go, in my personal, because he was already a convicted felon. So he shouldn't have had or even been around an item, period. And he was. So he was going to get something either way it go, right? I think he tried a lot of his case in the public eye, getting more people on his side and being Team Tory, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, the jury made a decision. The jury, based on the evidence presented before them, said you was guilty. And ain't nobody presenting nothing different. Nothing different aside from he say, she say. And y'all can feel away all you want. Actually, I hope that you do. Because he say, she say, hearsay actually is not gonna fly in court. Do you have anything else to back up your claims? Not the defense had brought a witness in and the witness went up against Tory. And he should have gotten him some better attorneys too. Okay? That I will say. He could have had a better team. Right? Now, whether he was going to still, whether he was going to be found innocent or guilty, I don't know. But he probably could have had him a better team too. Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like be mad at him. At the end of the day. Okay? He probably should have been trying to get him a piece of immunity while Kelsey was over there trying to get hers. Because you over here playing it up to the audience and to the, to the public and stuff. But ultimately, the public can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't help you. It's only going to be those few people sitting on the jury that's going to be able to get you in and out your situation. While you trying to try this in the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And y'all mad at her when the jury was the ones that found him guilty, okay? So, it kind of makes me think a little piece like Karen Huger. Y'all, for the people that watch Real Housewives of Potomac, remember how Karen walked around and she was so adamant about, yes, I'm not guilty. I wasn't drinking. Karen was giving us this whole for about a year, right? Acting like she was just, everything was perfect, okay? And then that video was released on her and she looked stupid, and where she at now, she locked up. You tried to play in our face and you tried to get the people on your side when we can't help you in that courtroom aside from the judge. The judge is who sentenced you to about a year for drunk driving, but you tried to downplay it to everybody else. Like, that's what this is making me think of, right? And that's just what it is. Nothing else is coming to the front to change a lot of our minds. Like, when y'all bring something to, like I told y'all before, okay, and this may be the first time some of y'all hear me, if the Innocence Project were to have gotten behind Tory or were to get behind Tory, then I would be like, oh, shit. Right? Because when the Innocence Project comes to the front, they kind of like the feds. When the feds coming at your head, they have substantial evidence, okay? If the Innocence Project is coming along, then they must really have found something, okay? And willing to take on this case to have that person exonerated. You know what I'm saying? And we're not really seeing that. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Good luck, all right? Good luck to Tory as he's over there healing from those 14 wounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's going. I think they put him in like a smaller prison or something. I don't know if he's at the same one. I think they put him somewhere else. But Yeah, I don't think this is going to be his last attempt. Not last attempt to get drugged up, but I think he's going to continue to try and and get out, you know. But I mean, good luck to that man. And you can't say, in my opinion, to me, because like I said, hearsay not really finna fly in the courtroom, right? So for them, this guy to come to the front representing Tory, and I feel like, Tory, you still don't got no good team. Because why are you coming to the front saying a non-party witness? That means that a person that was not there, the most that person could have done, in my opinion, was be a part of the stand during the last trial, speak to the character of Kelsey potentially if she was on trial, and then speak to what she told him. But then again, it's giving objection. You know what I'm saying? That's hearsay. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, that's what they said that they witnessed, but I mean, what else can you give us aside from that? They're going to have to do something more compelling to build a case against her for it to be her to have been the one to actually pop. So I don't know what to tell y'all, but you know, I wish everybody luck, child. Good luck to the people. I just wanted to come and run my mouth just a little bit, get a little few people upset as they start their day and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and move on because I gotta get some Real Housewives content out to the people and other things. So make sure you liking up this video, honey. Leave your comments and stuff down below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis.